The question is about karma in the dream versus karma in the waking. First thing, I'll give you a key to understanding Advaita Vedanta. Advaita talks about different levels of reality. Often our confusions arise because we mix up levels of reality. Our questions arise because we mix up levels of reality. What are levels of reality? You see, by mistake, you see a rope as a snake. The rope is at one level of reality, and the snake which you see is at a lower level of reality. So Advaita speaks of, say, for example, 3 levels of reality. The absolute, in Sanskrit, Paramarthika. The only thing that is the absolute is Brahman, or Atman, or the awareness, or pure consciousness, all one and the same thing. That's the absolute. The second level of reality which Vedanta speaks about is the transactional or the empirical or the relative. Vyavaharika. What is Vyavaharika? Right here, right now. The rope is part of Vyavaharika reality. Right now we are sitting here and talking about question and answers, and we are thinking all of this is Vyavaharika. The errors that we have in the Vyavaharika reality, like mistaking the rope for a snake, that's a third level of reality, an even lower level of reality, which is called pratibhasika, which means illusory or appearance. So your waking is Vyavaharika, your dreaming is pratibhasika. The rope belongs to your waking reality, Vyavaharika, relative reality. And the snake belongs to the level of error or dream or illusion, which is pratibhasika. The rope cannot be a snake. Really, the rope cannot be a snake. The rope is really a rope, and in error it's a snake. Right? So now, what happens in dream stays at the level of dream. It's like saying, why doesn't the karma of the dream continue in the waking state? It's like saying, why doesn't the poison of the snake poison the rope? The rope appeared as a snake. It's a very poisonous snake. So is the rope poisonous or not? No, it is not. It is not. Because the rope is not a snake at all. When? In our transactional relative reality. In the error, it's a snake. In our relative reality, it's a rope. It has nothing whatsoever to do with a snake. And in the absolute standpoint, what is it? It's none other than Brahman. It's not even a rope. It is the absolute. Now, what happens at one level of reality cannot influence what happens at a higher level of reality. At a deeper or more fundamental level of reality. So the poison of a snake in the error does not poison the rope in reality. Shankaracharya puts it very beautifully in one of his commentaries. The water of a mirage, all the entire lake, an oasis you see in a mirage, cannot wet even a grain of the desert sand. All that water is not enough to wet even one grain of the desert sand. In the same way, all your miseries, sufferings, and sin and guilt has not the slightest effect on the witness consciousness. They are dreams to it. At the level of the witness consciousness, you are perfect right now. You are immortal. You are beyond sin, beyond damage, beyond death. In the Bhagavad Gita, the first teaching that Krishna gives Arjuna is, your real self, O prince, is immortal. He was never born, will never die. Swords cannot cut it, the water cannot dry it, the water cannot drown it, the fire cannot burn it. Because water, fire, swords, all of that is what? Vyavaharika reality, relative reality. The real self is what? Paramarthika, absolute reality. Absolute reality, relative reality, delusional, error, dream, illusion, all of that. Pratibhasika literally means appearance. Vyavaharika means transactional. Paramarthika means absolute. So I did some karma in the dream. It's a dream. It's pratibhasika. You didn't do it with respect to your Vyavaharika. I insulted this guy in my dream. Now I'm afraid to meet him. Will he be mad at me? No. He has no recollection of you insulting him because you didn't. It was entirely in your mind. You don't have to go and apologize to him. It has no effect at all on that person because that person now belongs to your relative reality. But all of what happens in this relative reality has no effect on Brahman, the pure consciousness, which is present right here, which you are all the time, which is that background awareness. It's very close to us. It's the closest of the close. Shankaracharya says in the Isha Upanishad, it says it's farther than the farthest and nearer than the nearest. How can it be nearer than the nearest and farther than the farthest? The commentator Shankaracharya writes, it's nearer than the nearest because it is your own self. It is you yourself. To whom? To the one who knows. And it is farther than the farthest to the one who is in ignorance. The difference is not in distance. It's in knowledge, in knowing and not knowing. The difference is not in time, that God is not here, God is after death in heaven, now and then. No. The difference is knowing and not knowing. So karma belongs to which plane? Transactional, correct. The Vyavaharika, transactional, empirical, relative, Vyavaharika plane. Karma is there. You'll be interested to know, karma is one of the fundamental planks, supports of Hinduism, Buddhism, all the Indian philosophies. They all accept the theory of karma without reservation. And Shankaracharya talks about karma, and in one place in the Brahma Sutra, more than one place, but one place I remember clearly, cuts it down in no uncertain terms. So you will see, is karma real or not? Question, which plane are you asking from? The karma of the dream is real as far as the dream goes, is unreal as far as your waking goes. The worst of karma that you have done and the best of karma that you have done in your dream has no effect on your waking state. And the karma that you do here has absolutely no effect on Brahman, on the absolute, on Satchidananda. Because that karma belongs to the transactional level. Now don't ask, what about karma at the absolute level? At the absolute level, there is no karma. There is no karma. Vivekananda put it directly. Good, good. Bad, bad. And none escape the law. What is this? Law of karma. But whosoever wears a form must wear the chain too. What is the chain? The form. Form means this body. It is produced by our karma, prarabdha karma. So here we are subject to that chain. Our lives will proceed on a narrow track. It will proceed on this narrow track, and what will happen on this path is because of our past karma. Of course, we have free will to respond to it as we, and that will generate further karma. Which track you will get switched to next? But and extending that metaphor, God is the one who does the shunting. I don't know, in Indian Railways do that. There's a guy who does the shunting, who shunts your train from this track to that track, changes the track. But from the absolute point of view, there is no karma. Absolutely no karma. All right.
And
so I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let me complete the quotation from Vivekananda. Good, good, bad, bad, and none escape the law, but whosoever wears a form must wear the chain too. Very good. Up to that, conventional religion, karma. But where does Vedanta come in? Where does Advaita come in? Next line. He says, but far beyond name and form is the Atman ever free. That thou art, sannyasi bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. Right now we know what he means. If you got even a bit of that meditation, of the background awareness and the sounds and all the experiences of your life floating by, the experiences of your life, the people and the things and the thoughts and what you say, what you do, whatever is happening in your awareness, all those things are past karma, generating all of that. The awareness, the unchanging light which you are, that is the Atman. That's ever free, completely untouched by karma, as the bright blue sky is untouched by clouds floating past. That thou art. Right now you will say, no, but this problem, that problem. Who is saying this problem, that problem? Mind. Subject to karma or not? Very much so. Forget the mind.